Welcome, everybody. Welcome back. Happy New Year. Today is going to be talking about my top 10 most influential books for 2023. So, wherever you are, this live stream is being broadcast by StreamYard. Check it out. You can stream across various platforms, including YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, and various other platforms. So you can dramatically increase and broaden your reach. So wherever you are, like, share, comment, subscribe, and we'll get into it. So today, I'm going to bring up my screen here. So today I'm going to talk about my top 10 most influential books for 2023. If you're on audio or video, you can find the links in the show notes, which will be in the LinkedIn newsletter. Be sure to subscribe, like, comment, and share to that. Otherwise, it'll be in the comments section below. So let's get into it. So top 10 most influential books for 2023. So at every year's end, I reflect on the past year, what I accomplished, failures, experiences, learnings, and how I can move forward and have more room for improvement. So this delves into mindsets, all various areas of spiritual growth, personal development, finances, health, relationships, family, and growing as a human being. So, and I also take time to set intentions, goals, and the strategies for next year. A really cool hack that I discovered was if you start towards the end of the year, for example, November, December, and you use that momentum to carry yourself forward into the new year, it's almost like there's no gap or any disjointed time period between the end of the year and the new year. So I started reading out 1 book per month, 2 books per month, so usually 24 books a year. And after that, my learning really accelerated with Audible, with podcasts, with YouTube. And so every year I read 250 books plus, as well as investing in a speed reading course. So speed reading is really important as well. So these top 10 books for 2023, again, you can go to the newsletter in the links in the show notes in the comments. Check those out. Otherwise, if you're on Spotify or Apple, the links to the newsletter will be there. So first one is the Book of Hygge, and it's the Danish Art of Contentment, Comfort, and Connection by Louisa Britz, written in 2017. And so couple categories that I really focused on this year was happiness and where the world is going. I'm always a student of history, economics, and especially technology. So artificial intelligence was a huge component this year with the release of Lensa, with OpenAI's ChatGPT, DALL-E. All these are going to have a significant and profound impact on our society today. So I've always been curious about success, what makes people different. And so Denmark is one of the happiest places in the world. And I've always been curious about that because in the United States, despite our material wealth and success, it's always been marred by comparison, keeping up with the Joneses, greed, selfishness. And so, living in the United States, we're one of the most unhappiest countries in the world. So this doesn't make sense, but really this idea of Hygge, excuse me, where Hygge is a way of being, living, and showing up in the world. So really check that out. I think the Japanese use a term called ikigai, which is also another term of contentment, way of being, way of showing up in the world. It's not dependent upon material success, material wealth, etc. So in the West, value and influence and status have always been correlated with income, how much you make, how much you have, etc., which is probably one of the reasons why we're so unhappy. Second book, number 2, The Mobile Wave by Michael Saylor. He's one of the big proponents of blockchain, crypto, Bitcoin, but really his book talks about how mobile intelligence will change everything. And the key thing about this was the shift from everything moving from desktop to laptop, the tablets and now the smartphones. So everything has become unhinged. Information is becoming really easy, fast, and convenient. The cloud, and this book describes the role that smartphones will play in the next era of quantum computing, artificial intelligence, robotics, Web3, blockchain, you name it, electric vehicles, virtual reality, metaverse. What's interesting is that a lot of third world countries, for example, Africa, these developing countries, more people have access to a cell phone than they do access to, for example, running water, electricity, food, etc., which is really fascinating. So check that out. It's called The Mobile Wave, written in 2013, How Mobile Intelligence Will Change Everything. Book number 3, 25 Hidden Drivers of Optimal Performance by Rich Divini, 2021. And what really particularly attracted me to this book was how Navy SEALs train, special ops, and the attributes examines the top 25 attributes that separate the 0.1% from the 99.99%. So aspects such as mental agility, soft skills, resiliency, mental toughness, perspective, and the ability to make life-changing correct decisions under pressure, for example, under combat, are examined at great length, and how this applies to business, executives, leaders, entrepreneurs, and influencers in today's highly chaotic world. Number 4, Future Proof, 9 Rules for Humans in the Age of Automation by Kevin Roose, 2021. So big thing about 2022 was artificial intelligence. It is here to stay, and it is disrupting everything from jobs, work, and education. AI can learn, absorb, and assimilate information at speeds and inefficiencies unfathomable to the human brain, shaving years off the learning curve. I've experimented with OpenAI's ChatGPT, and what normally would take me an hour to write a blog post takes me 10 to 15 minutes now. So you can go to YouTube, type in OpenAI ChatGPT 3, and you'll see tons of videos and resources on how people are leveraging this technology in their businesses and their creative work, etc. So the other thing is artificial intelligence is going to be connected to the cloud and networks, so they can learn from each other, so they can be that much smarter. And quantum computing networks, artificial intelligence are going to be the backbone and the infrastructure from which future innovations will be built. So Elon Musk presciently said that artificial intelligence has the ability to significantly change how we operate and function in today's society. So examples such as creativity, decision-making, judgment, all of these soft skills, innovation are going to be extremely important. No longer is tasks such as, industrial labor, manual labor, all of these are going to be replaced by robots. So in the future, in order to survive, we're going to have to collaborate and use artificial intelligence, and just look at Siri, Alexa, Jasper. All of these applications are slowly, but they will quickly make their way and impact human society on levels unfathomable. The other thing Elon Musk said that is artificial intelligence is one of the top 5 existential threats. So we have to learn how to use it and live with it. So check that out. It's called Future Proof, 9 Rules for Humans in the Age of Automation. Number 5, Hell Week and Beyond by Scott McEwen in 2021. Another great read on Navy SEAL training, emotional resiliency, mental toughness, fascinating work. Number 6, Human Work in the Age of Smart Machines, 2021. So we're in this age where information is abundant, where, for example, all of our modern day systems, education, financial, political, healthcare, transportation, all these we're in the industrial age, and it taught us to, climb the ladders, obey hierarchy. All of these values are coming into question, and you can see it with Gen Z, millennials, etc. So the world is waking up, especially after COVID, questioning outdated philosophies and paradigms. and electing to pursue unconventional routes, so such as bypassing college, digital nomadism, social media influencers, defining new cultural trends. So all of these, COVID planted the seeds and is accelerating those trends. So now routine tasks will be either outsourced, automated, or replaced by artificial intelligence. And so the next era is going to be really important for human judgment, decision making, creativity, innovation, and entrepreneurship. So it's going to be the age of the creative. Another book you should check out is called The Fourth Turning. It's talking about how cycles, especially historical, political, economic cycles, coincide with each other. And it's really fascinating, especially in today's time. Number 7, The Network State by Balaji Srinivasan in 2022. You can actually go to his website and download a free book. And what's interesting is he's outsourcing this book, and people can contribute their ideas. And it's kind of like a V1 version of the network state, which is really interesting how he wrote this book. But he talks about how we create networks. So first networks were cable, satellite, telephone, internet, transportation. And now we're into social, informational, and now money networks. So now we're planting the seeds to create novel paradigms of political government networks. So in the future, people are going to be living based on shared values and cultures. So for example, I recently traveled to New York City, and all of these, they have different neighborhoods, the East Village, Soho, Upper East Side. All these people are where people live and congregate together based on shared values and experiences. So in the future, these communities are going to be based on shared ideologies, core values, and it's going to be independent of location and unconstrained by borders, language, and other boundaries, which is going to be really interesting, especially with technology. So this describes the future of where technologies or in societies will congregate, aggregate, and share value. This extremely prescient book. Interestingly, Balaji, he's the former chief technology officer at Coinbase, which is a highly forward-looking company. I expect great things from this company. Black Swan notwithstanding, but check it out. Network State, How to Start a New Country. Number 8, The Changing World Order by Ray Dalio. So the United States is at its peak and is in decline. So this book describes the factors that lead to a country's downfall, including excessive debt, money printing, rising populism, and global competition from countries such as China and India. So this is really interesting. He goes into history, economic, political, social cycles, and talks about the different factors that will contribute to the downfall of the United States. He's also the author of Highly Claimed Principles. And again, he is the founder of Bridgewater. And so check it out. Highly influential individual. Number 9 is The Introverted Leader by Jennifer Kahnweiler in 2018. So this talks about the rise of the leadership that is more core value, more focused, more centered, as opposed to the more extroverted, boisterous, loud, which is really a popular way of leading in the Western culture. So this type of leadership in the corporate environment leads to corporate bullies, gives you the same party line, etc. But what's interesting is, introverts and extroverts only differ in how they manage their energy. And so this is really interesting from leadership standpoint, from an introvert standpoint. So, and lastly, the metaverse and how it will revolutionize everything by Matthew Ball. So another highly prescient book about a new digital world where work, productivity, networking, play, and society will interact. Still very early. Again, this list is not exhaustive, but these are the top 10 books that hugely influence my thinking and strategic direction moving forward. So you can check if you're interested in those, you can go to the links in the show notes. Check out the newsletter, and the links to the books will be there. I hope you enjoyed this bonus session wherever you are. Again, like, comment, share, subscribe, and I wish you a happy new year.